Hello, nurse practitioners. We are going to go ahead and get started. This presentation is how to start a side hustle as a nurse practitioner that creates more impact and income than your day job. So make sure to follow me on Instagram, Burned Out MP. I am now sharing a lot of helpful business tips and motivation and mindset. So be sure to follow there. And then also on my email list, I'll be sending out some emails. So, for those of you that don't know me, I am Erica D, NP Business Coach. I am a family nurse practitioner. I currently work full time in a critical access hospital, do mostly primary care, and then cover some nursing home, cover ER as well. I am a wife and mom of two, and I'm a creator of the Burned Out Nurse Practitioner and the Nurse Practitioner Charting School. So, through the Burned Out Nurse Practitioner, I help nurse practitioners start or scale a side hustle so they can create more impact and income than their full-time day. So, is this you? You are at the mercy of your employer. You feel like you are capped out at your income. You deal with patients who maybe don't want to make any changes, which feels frustrating to you. Maybe you're struggling with a lack of work-life balance, doing a lot of the charting at home during your personal time. Maybe you feel a lack of fulfillment working as a nurse practitioner. Maybe you feel stuck in your current role and maybe you don't have a backup plan. So, what do I mean by this? If for any reason you got fired or wanted to leave your nurse practitioner job, you don't yet have the financial freedom or an alternative career path in order to continue to provide for yourself or your family. And maybe you're feeling burned out in your role. Maybe you're considering leaving healthcare altogether. So, a little bit of my story. I first declared nursing when I was a junior in high school. I wanted to make an impact, make a difference in patients' lives. What I did was, sit at the bedside with their patient, hold their hand, just tell them all these motivating and moving things, and they would just want to completely change their life because of me. And little did I know that is not at all what healthcare is. We've all worked in a busy hospital setting and, now as a nurse practitioner, and there's just so many frustrations and challenges with the modern healthcare system. Sometimes you don't feel like you can really truly make that impact. There's been times with patients that I've felt really good and that I'm, helping them, but overall in healthcare, I've just haven't found that fulfillment. And I've kind of lost some of my passion for healthcare, to be honest. I still love my job. I still love, working as a nurse practitioner. But, a lot of that is it's not quite what I thought. I'm not quite, getting that excitement and fulfillment in my job. And I don't know if you guys struggle with that as well. Maybe it's just me. But I've definitely felt that. I also knew I would be capped out at my income. So when I started as a nurse practitioner, I did start out with a good six-figure salary, right at six figures. I felt really good about that. When I was 18 months into my job, I had not gotten a raise. And when I finally did at about that 18-month mark, it was like a 50-cent raise. And to be honest, it felt like a slap in the face for that type of role. And that's when I realized I will never ever get to, that income limit that I want to. I will never be over 200,000 in my role. Probably not even 150, to be honest. With getting very small incremental raises here and there. So I knew that I would have to work as a nurse practitioner for the rest of my life, just kind of feel stuck in that job in order to meet the financial goals that I had set. So that's when I started the Nurse Practitioner Charting School. I realized I, needed some kind of side hustle, something that I could make more money in order to, meet those financial milestones. based on my contract, I couldn't get like a job, anywhere else. I honestly didn't want to go work at an urgent care doing 12-hour shifts on weekends. I wanted to have more flexibility, time to spend with my family. So through the Nurse Practitioner Charting School, I help overwhelmed NPs learn the charting and time management tips that they need to stop charting at home. We all know that's a big frustration for many nurse practitioners, just that lack of work-life balance causing the burnout. So that's what I do through the NP Charting School. Unfortunately, I have rediscovered, that passion, that excitement. I feel like I'm making a difference for nurse practitioners, and I'm working with people who actually want my help and who actually want to work hard and, make those changes. So that feels really good too. And I have been able to scale my business past my six-figure job, working less than 10 hours a week. Now, full disclosure, it did take me 3 years to reach that milestone. It's not, I don't promote any kind of overnight success. It does take hard work, but I want you to know that it's possible, and it is, possible to create more of that income and that impact and to truly improve your life. So what's possible for you? Maybe you want to earn a little extra income by sharing your expertise so you can pay off your student loans. Maybe you want to create more of that impact beyond your day job and rediscover, that fulfillment in your career and your life, the things that I had struggled with. Maybe you want to quit your full-time day job and just work on your own terms, your own schedule, have that time freedom. It's completely up to you what you want this side hustle to be for you, and it is possible. So there are a lot of benefits of starting a side hustle. This industry has grown tremendously. It seems like, everyone has some kind of side hustle. They know they want to make some more income. They want to make more impact on the world. And, doing a side hustle where they're in control and not, at the mercy of their employer is a way to do that. People will pay for anything, so it does not have to be healthcare related. I know a lot of like the coaching industry is huge, aesthetics, even like if you're really good at landscaping or dog training, I mean, you could start a side hustle for those things as well. The nice thing about, more of kind of those open, broad, non-healthcare related jobs is less regulations as far as, practicing or coaching across state lines, or, if you wanted to do like an online business, or, if we talked like the dog training or something like that, there's just less regulations. You don't have to worry about licensing and all of those certifications and everything you have to keep up with as a nurse practitioner. People will pay you large sums of money. So those people are more likely to be committed, and to work really hard. And that feels good as a business owner to see people benefit from your services or your education. So, when people are committed and they pay more, they're more likely to take advantage and actually dive into the material and, tell their friends about it too. So you can create the time flexibility that you want. Like I said, with mine, it's very flexible. I'm not having to, drive somewhere and go sit there for a 12-hour shift. I can do it on my own time. Yes, I make sacrifices. Yes, my kids are downstairs right now, just watching TV while I'm up here. But, it's more flexible. There's a lot of tax savings too, which is a whole nother presentation I won't get into today. And then there's unlimited growth potential. So there is no cap on your income. You literally can make as much as you want, as much as, way more than your nurse practitioner job. Okay, so we're going to talk about 3 steps to starting your side hustle. So the first one, define your target audience. So who will you be helping? Who will you be selling to? And, what problem will you solve? So this takes some time and reflection to kind of dig deep and think about yourself. So what are some things you enjoy? What are you passionate about? What is the thing that you could spend hours on and, not even think twice about the times passing, like you're just so excited to be doing that. What special skills do you have? What are some things that you're really good at? And feel free to ask your family and your friends. They likely know you the best and can tell you what you're really good at or what they look towards you as far as inspiration or information. I do want you to make sure it is a problem that people will pay you for. So, for example, if you're really good at underwater basket weaving, I mean, yes, that's something unique, and there are people who are willing to pay for that, but that audience is probably pretty small. So, just keep that in mind. And then also make sure that it's people who have the money to pay you. So if you were working with like homeless people in order to find a job, they're not going to have the financial means to pay you for your expertise. And then make sure there's room for growth. So we've seen, just with all the technology and everything, there's a significant decline in like newspapers. And we'll just see, as the technology, AI, that sort of thing, that industry will get bigger. Some of those more old-fashioned industries, such as newspapers, will continue to decline. You can test the market. So, look at competitors. What are other people doing? What other kinds of businesses are out there? Feel free to ask people on social media. You can host a poll, just gathering a lot of information, just asking around if somebody, would be willing to pay for that service. And you will just gain so much insight. It does not have to be set in stone. You can always change it. I know my niche has evolved and become more specific over the years, and that's when, you can make more the more specific you are. So for example, I had started out with like life coaching for nurse practitioners, and then I niched it down to burnout in nurse practitioners. And then I realized that charting was a significant cause of that burnout. So I focused on that and a little more broad as far as the charting. And now I focus on more of the time management charting tips in order to stop charting at home. So that's a very specific niche. When somebody finds my Instagram or my website and they're a nurse practitioner struggling with charting, they feel heard. And it's just a lot easier to market, to talk to those specific people. Okay, step number 2 is to create your offers. So what will you sell? You could do services or procedure. I know the aesthetics industry and just kind of that more functional medicine industry has definitely taken off. So that's a possibility. You could do one-to-one coaching packages. You could do one-time coaching sessions or VIP days. You could do like group coaching. You could host workshops or online courses. You could do memberships or masterminds. You could create educational material or, like a downloadable PDF that people can get information from. There is affiliate marketing. There is paid content marketing. The possibilities are truly endless. I have done most of these in some capacity of my business, and you can mix and match. If you had like a health coaching business, you could do a lot of these different things. So there's just so many possibilities. Go to the next slide here. Again, it does not have to be set in stone. You can always change it. You can test, you can try different things. That's the awesome thing about business. You just can choose, exactly what you want to do. I do recommend that you do kind of a beta test before you create that offer. So, for example, at the end of this workshop, I'll talk about the program I created, a 6-week program to help nurse practitioners start their side hustle. This is something that I have not created all, the slides or all the information for. I have the outline, but I'm really wanting to work with the nurse practitioners to figure out your exact questions, your struggles, the challenges, and then I can create, an entire course or whatever it is with that information. You have to keep in mind that you really need to work with your ideal audience to figure out what they want. You can have an idea in your head of what you want to teach, but it's going to come down to, what your audience wants and then create that offer specifically for them. One-to-one coaching, if you want to do that kind of business, that is a great way to see what struggles your audience is facing. Again, you're just going to learn so much. So just start with something and then you can always improve. You can always change things as you go. So step number three is to start selling your offer. So people have to know what you offer in order for them to buy. And I know as nurse practitioners, we're not used to, marketing ourselves. I know I used to be so scared of showing up on social media, but you really need to get the word out there as far as what your business is and how you can help people. So tell your friends, tell your family, get that low hanging fruit. If you even just reach out to somebody and say, hey, like I started doing this coaching or whatever it is. And if you know of anyone, please let me know or send them my way. When I first started, life coaching, I reached out to some of my old nurse practitioner school classmates. And thank goodness one said yes to me. It was painful because I was not, experienced as a coach, but it was a great place for me to start. And I so appreciate her, allowing me to coach her and learn so much. And that's a way that you can start, selling your services and just start getting that practice. Feel free to post on social media. This is a free way of marketing, which is awesome. You can just gain so many, followers or people that buy into your business. And then, providing educational content. So you really want to remember your audience. So creating, different tips, ways that you can help them, and then provide that content for, like, example, this workshop that we're doing. It's a free workshop. I'm showing you how to do something. I'm showing you that I'm an expert in this area, that I can help you. And so that's what you do with the, like, content marketing, with the educational information. It's a way for them to build that know, like, and trust factor with you, and then they're more likely to buy your services. So gaining the confidence to sell. I have definitely struggled with, feelings of imposter syndrome, insecurity, fears of other people's opinion, thinking I don't know enough. How can I help other people? And these are all real feelings. When you're doing something new that you've never done before, you're gonna have those feelings. And so working on overcoming that. One thing that has really helped me, I think of somebody out there who is in desperate need of my services. So, there's a nurse practitioner out there who is struggling with charting. They are feeling that burnout, and I want to reach them. I know I can help them. And so I'm talking to that person. I don't make it about myself in that way. I'm thinking about somebody else. So same thing with, a nurse practitioner who wants to start a business or already has a business, but not reaching, the financial milestones that they want to. I've already been through it myself. I know that I can help them, and I just need to focus on showing up for that person that I can impact. So it is something that, grows and evolves. I've have been like a confident person and a confident nurse practitioner, but then when it came to business, I've had to do a lot of personal development, working on my only, and that's just part of it. The sooner that you can acknowledge these feelings and then work towards overcoming them, you will be successful. So I want to go through a few lessons that I have learned in the past 3 years of scaling my business. So don't be afraid to try things. Sometimes you just have to throw it out there, just throw out an offer, or, try a new piece of content and see how other people like it. And feel free to change and evolve. I mean, that's part of business. That's to be expected. About the newspaper industry, the businesses that were in that industry and have started to do more, electronic, that sort of thing, they're growing, they're evolving, they're changing. That's just part of business. So make sure that you are not afraid to try that. As we talked about, building that self-confidence and building the authority. You want to be the person who is the expert, who is a thought leader in your field for your business. And then people are going to trust you and come to you when they need help. feel free to ask for help. We did not learn at all how to start a business in Nurse Practitioner School. And so we don't have, a lot of that background. I'm not saying you have to go out and get a business degree. I think doing it, investing in courses or coaching can definitely help. I know when I started, I had joined a program that was like $2,600 in order to, it like showed us how to start a business. And that was a lot of money and it was scary and I didn't know if it was going to work, but I overcame that. I did it anyways. I just jumped in and I'm so thankful that I had help. There's a ton of free information on the internet, but finding somebody who's gone before you, who's done it before you, will help you become light years ahead of the time because you'll learn, what mistakes they made, what lessons they've learned, what works, what doesn't. So I've had, a business coach off and on throughout the 3 years. I've done memberships, masterminds, I've taken courses, I've spent probably close more than $75,000 just investing in myself and improving my business. And it has for sure paid off. And just have fun. There's no limits. Business, you can literally do whatever you want to do. And that's such the cool thing about it. You don't have to feel trapped. You can evolve and change and just have fun because it is so fun to be able to help people who actually want help. Okay, we're gonna go over a few common fears because I know a few of you are thinking about this. So, a fear that it takes too much time. Now, I will be honest, you do have to put time and energy into your business in order for it to grow and in order to make more income and impact, but it's less time than you think. I work full time. I take call like Wednesday night, so I have Thursdays off. So that's usually my business day to work on. But I wake up, in the mornings early before my kids, or we'll do a little bit of work after they go to bed. And so sometimes you have to be creative with where you're finding that time, but it takes less time than you think. I spend probably 5 to 10 hours, depending on the week, on this business, and I have been able to scale it over 6 figures. So, I don't want you to feel like you don't have time. Sometimes it's also been better that I don't have a whole lot of time to sit and get in that indecision, not making those quick decisions. If I had a lot more time, I would probably be doing that more. But as a business owner, you want to make those quick decisions. You want to have that confidence in yourself and your business to know it's the right decision and not spend too much time and energy thinking about, all the options. Another common fear is that it's too hard. You went to nurse practitioner school. That was something that you had never done before, and you probably thought it was super hard at that time, which it was, but you got through it. And so, just thinking of those examples in your life of hard things that you have done and how you were able to grow and learn from those situations. You may have a fear that you're not smart enough. And again, you were able to graduate with a nurse practitioner degree. So that is a very challenging degree. And the fact that you were able to do that, you are smart enough, you can do it. A common fear is that it will never work. And I'll be totally honest with you, being in that negative mindset, having that limiting belief, you're right, it won't work. You really have to work on focusing on, trusting the business, knowing that it will work, looking at other people who have started a business, and if they can do it, you can too. And then another fear is wasting time or money. And as I talked about earlier, there's so much information out there on the internet. You could do this from just gathering that information. But if you, commit to it, if you put money in to find the right resources, it's going to save you so much more time and money than it will waste. So I'm not here to tell you that it's easy. It's hard, but it is so worth it. So I will help you start a side hustle the right way. I'll go into talking about my starting your side hustle for nurse practitioners program, and then we can have a little bit of Q&A at the end here. So this program will give you the exact step that you need to start your side hustle within the next 45 days. So you will have access to me. As I talked about, I have been through this before. I can show you how to do it the right way to save you a lot of that time and money. And this is also a group coaching program, so you can learn from other people. You can get that support, you can get that accountability. This is best for nurse practitioners who are thinking about starting a business. And I know this says online business because that's where my area of expertise is. Thinking about doing, maybe an aesthetics business or more of like the health coaching, functional medicine, that might be a little more brick and mortar. You still have to have an online presence. Every business in this day and age has to have, a social media, a website. You have to know how to market yourself and your services in order to stand out from other people. And so that's where, my expertise as far as marketing, sales, and, how to build that authority, I can help you with that as well. This is best for nurse practitioners wanting to learn how to start a side hustle the right way, and those that are ready to put in the work and have the motivation and the drive to finally change your life. So here's just kind of an outline of what the 6-week program will entail. We get really down and dirty into each of these to figure out how to build the best business. Because like I said, you want to be able to do this the right way. So we'll reflect on your why you want to build a business, your values, your strengths. We'll more clearly define your niche and find that specific audience that you want to work with. I'll help you set up your business. We'll go into creating your offers. So what are you going to sell? What are you going to start with? And then we'll help you to start selling and help you to actually find people that are willing to pay you. And then also marketing your side hustle. Because again, that is something that's so important. You have to put yourself out there. You have to put your business out there in order for people to know that you can help them. And then there's a bonus of overcoming mindset blocks. So the investment to start your side hustle is a one-time payment of $997, or you could do the payment plan 3 payments of $427. I only want to work with nurse practitioners who are committed and dedicated to this program. The group coaching calls are on Monday evenings at 6 p.m. Central Time. And so I expect you, to be there. I will record the sessions, so you can always go back and listen to them. But I want you as a nurse practitioner to be committed and to have the motivation and the drive to do this. I will help get you there. I'll show you how to do it, but you're the one that's going to be building your business. I can't do that part for you. So it's time to invest in yourself. What if this program allowed you to start a side hustle that you quit your day job and really improve that work-life balance, overcome the burnout, spend more time with your family, be able to pick up your kids from school on a random Tuesday? What if this side hustle helps you to make more income to pay off those student loans or to go on that vacation of your dreams? Even if you bring in 1,000, 2,000 a month, that's extra income that you can use to pay off those loans or to create that financial freedom for yourself. And then, a side hustle can help you impact other people's lives. As I talked about in the beginning of this, I was just like searching for that in healthcare. How can I make a difference? How can I help people? And I found that through owning a side hustle. So where do you want to be 1 year from now? 2025 is your year to finally reach your dreams. Let's get you there by starting your side hustle. So I will send the links and information as far as how to purchase. I will open this up now if you want to ask any questions. If you guys have anything, feel free to just drop it in the chat. Also, Instagram, you can message me there or just hit reply to this email as well. If you're a nurse practitioner who already has a business, let me know, because I have a different structure of program that I can really help you to scale to a 6-figure business and to set up, those systems to get really clear on your marketing in order to how to do that. So do you guys have any questions? If you want to pop it in the chat, or you can come off mute. And they can be questions about, the program, but it can also be if you have an idea as far as starting a business. Anyone? Okay. If there's no questions, like I said, feel free to email me or contact me on Instagram, and I would love to be able to help you in this journey. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great 2025, whatever it is that you have goals to do. I hope that you can achieve those and just continue to grow in your life and your financial and your time freedom. All right. Goodbye, everyone.